friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. For today's video, I thought I would bring you along for a day in the life. We're starting out bright and early here, getting ready for the day, and I don't know, I just thought it would be fun to bring you along today. It is Eric's birthday, so I'm filming this on my husband's birthday, January 31st, but I have no idea when it's going to go up. February promises to be bananas in terms of everything we have going on, and if there was ever going to be a time when I would need to cut back on how many videos I'm putting out, it would be now. I know last year there was a whole stretch of time where I was only putting up 2 or 3 videos a week. That may be something that has to happen again, but I'm trying right now, while I have a little bit of extra time, to like bulk film a bunch of stuff to be able to push out on days when things are crazy. So that being said, filming this on January 31st, if you're not seeing it until the middle of February, that's just kind of how it's gonna have to be. I've got a whole bunch of budget videos about to start going up, you know, right at the end of the month and the beginning of a new month. There's always, you know, lots of content that comes with that, closing out my January budget and setting up my February budget and cash stuffing videos and all of that. So those videos are going to take priority because they are time sensitive. And this vlog, while yes, it's time sensitive because it's my husband's birthday and there's like a specific thing going on that dates it, it's not the end of the world if you guys don't see it until, you know, a couple of weeks down the line. So yeah, what's on the agenda today? I'm getting myself ready. What I really ought to do is wash my hair because it's looking a little crazy, but I think I'm gonna wait and wash it tonight, so I'm gonna try to just do a little something with it. I don't have plans to go anywhere today, with the exception of maybe running Austin somewhere. I'm like a permanent taxi for that boy. But he'll have his license hopefully this time next year, and I'll be sad that, you know, he doesn't need me anymore. So yeah, I don't have to look super presentable or anything today since I don't have major plans to go anywhere, but I like to do a little something just for like my mental health, you know? I always feel a little bit better when I put myself together a little bit. So I'm gonna do a little hair, maybe put on a little bit of makeup, and then start tackling my to-do list. I have to bake a cake today, so I'll take you guys along for that. We're having chili for dinner, and it's just gonna be like a low-key kind of chill day. So hopefully you'll find that interesting, and yeah, come along with us as we celebrate my husband today. Okay, so my timer on my reminder on my phone just went off for me to take my meds, so I'm gonna go do that, grab some breakfast, maybe have a second cup of coffee, and then we're gonna bake a cake. But this is how my hair turned out. Cute. I love that Olaplex oil. This stuff, this is magic. Love it. All right, let's go. All right, well, before I can bake a cake, I've got to tackle this kitchen. Are you guys the type of people to clean the kitchen at night or in the morning? Believe it or not, we actually did clean up the kitchen a little bit last night, but it's still a hot mess, so I need to spend 10 minutes to tackle this, and then we'll pull out the cake mix. Alright, my friends, so I am prepping the pineapple upside down cake now. I literally just use the recipe from Betty Crocker. So I have the cake pan in the oven with the butter in it melting for the topping. Once that's completely melted, I'll add my brown sugar. This is just a cup of packed brown sugar. I will arrange the pineapple on top and the cherries to make the pretty top. We do something a little bit different than the recipe though. The recipe calls for just the pineapple slices, but my husband loves pineapple, so he wants a bunch of pineapples. So we do a layer of crushed pineapple on top of the brown sugar, and then I arrange the slices with the cherries. And then I will mix up the cake mix, which I'm going to use this Pineapple Supreme cake mix. And instead of water, I'm going to use the pineapple juice from the pineapple slices. And I just, you know, measured out. I'm going to need a cup of that. So we've actually got just over a cup here. So plenty of pineapple juice for that delicious pineapple flavor. I'll mix up the cake just according to the instructions on the box, except instead of the cup of water that it calls for, I'll use the pineapple juice. And then the cake mix goes on top of the arranged pineapple slices and all of that. It bakes, and then once it's completely done, you flip it upside down. That's the pineapple upside down cake. It's more complicated than some cakes, I guess, but it's my husband's absolute favorite. I pull up this recipe and make this just once a year, special on his birthday, and I know he appreciates it. So that butter should be good and melted, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going. Okay, so I have my brown sugar mixture on the bottom, the brown sugar and butter. I have put some crushed pineapple on top, and like I said, that's just because my husband likes it extra pineapple-y. And then we'll add the pineapple slices. Okay, so I've got it all arranged now. I added my maraschino cherries, which I bought the ones with the stems by mistake, so it was a little bit messier, but I got that looking all pretty. And now we're gonna mix up our cake mix. Alright, so my cake mix is in there, and this is the part where I always used to panic when I would make this because it doesn't seem like there's enough cake mix. You can kind of see some of the cherries through there, but it rises as it bakes, and it should turn out perfect as long as I don't burn it. So I'm going to get this in the oven. It bakes for, I want to say like 55 minutes, but I'll double check my recipe. Once the toothpick comes out clean, you immediately flip it over. So your first inclination is going to be to let it cool. You don't do that. You flip it pretty immediately. Alright, I just pulled the cake out of the oven. It looks perfect. It only cooked for 40 minutes, but it's done, and it was getting a little brown for my liking, so I pulled it. I did use the convection oven. Convection ovens tend to be a little bit hotter, so I set it for 350, but it runs about 25 degrees hotter. I forgot to hit like the convert button, so it's fine. It's cooked through. I have to flip it now. This is the scary part. Hopefully I don't screw it up. Alright, I have it flipped. The platter that we used to use for my husband's pineapple upside down cakes, apparently, since I used it last year, is no longer with us. So I just used this big sheet pan and wrapped it in foil. It's a lot bigger than the platter we usually use, but that's okay. I flipped it. You're supposed to let it rest like this for like 5 minutes for the topping to come loose and drip off. And then you take the pan off, but nothing's stuck. It is loose in there, so hopefully it'll be perfect when I take the lid off. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so there is what it looks like. I'm going to have to do a little bit of surgery. You can see it stuck a little bit here, but overall, it looks really beautiful, and it's going to be so delicious. So now that his cake is done, I can focus on Eric's birthday dinner. Now, we had his mom over the weekend, and we had really nice steaks and sweet potatoes, and she made a coconut cream pie for him, which is his second favorite dessert. So we've already kind of done his birthday celebration. We just did it over the weekend, since it's hard to celebrate on a weekday, but I still want to celebrate my hubby, so I made him his favorite cake, and now I'm making him one of his favorite meals. It's not his top favorite, but we decided on chili for tonight, and what makes this special is it's going to be made with his venison from the deer that he harvested this past hunting season. So I'm gonna make him up a really flavorful chili. I've got the meat and the onions going now, and then it's just a matter of like adding in cans of stuff and seasonings. So it's gonna be super easy, but I think he's really gonna appreciate it. We're gonna have just a low-key night at home. Got a busy day tomorrow, so we're not gonna be up super late or anything, just you know, low-key at-home celebration for the love of my life. Alright, so chili is all put together. I'm just bringing it up to a boil now, and then I'm going to turn it down to a simmer and let it simmer for the next few hours. It's only 220. We probably won't eat until about 6. The longer this simmers, the better it will be.